Hey guys, so I've had several questions recently about where to check um, for skin when using CMYK. I realized that I can tell you guys to check a bright midtone to avoid shadows and to avoid the areas that are highlights, but how do we know? Um, and what I came up with is just a quick way to check. So you guys can see that I have point 1 and point 2 selected for this little handsome guy's skin check. And this photo is by Miss Allison Gibson. Um, Now, if you look over here for point 1, she did a great job with skin. It's cyan, magenta, yellow is at 5:21:22, and that's just perfect. If you look at point 2, by default, how it comes up in RGB, you can see that the red channel is at 236. This is considered a bright midtone. So what we can do is we can bring our eyedropper, which I already have selected, and look here in the shadows. We're going to be looking right up here at this RGB box. If I look in a shadow, you can see that number is 6255. It's a low value. That tells you you're in a shadow. Anywhere from 0 to about 150, let's say, could be a shadow. Once we start getting upwards of 151 to about maybe 240, that's going to be a midtone. When I ask you guys to check a bright midtone, that's why this point number 2 worked out really well, because 236 is in the upward end of a midtone, so that is a bright midtone. And then when we're talking about highlights, that's when we're seeing the higher numbers, like up to 255. So here's what we're gonna do. We are going to grab our little eyedropper and we're just gonna start pulling around. And so if we were wondering, should I check him right here? You can look at that red channel reading and see that it's at 162, and remember we're looking for around 230. So we're just gonna start pulling it around, until we see that 230. It doesn't have to be exactly, it could be like we're seeing now 235. Sure, I like it. We're gonna shift click to get that point. We can see that we picked a 230. We're going to change it to CMYK, and we can see that again, her values are perfect. Hopefully that